I think the biggest sign that this might actually be your last incarnation is the feeling of not wanting to have children. I think that's like the biggest FU to the universe. That's you saying, hey, I don't believe in this anymore. This is not really making sense. Because you having children is you saying, hey, I think the world is good. I think what is happening makes sense. So I'm having children. That would also mean that you would want to come back, because you wouldn't have children if you didn't want to come back. Why bring children into a world that you wouldn't want to come back to? That doesn't make any sense. But if you say, hey, I'm not having children at all, I'm not having children, that's you saying, hey, I don't want to come back here. Every animal has been programmed to want to make copies of itself. Each and every animal has been programmed that way. So if you are able to deny your own programming, do the opposite of what you've been programmed to do, even though it's 100% possible for you to do what you've been programmed to do, that really means you don't want to do what you've been programmed to do. Like, you really don't want to do what you've been programmed to do. You must have seen something in this world that had made you think, hey, I do not want to come back here, and I don't think that it is okay to bring someone into a world that I wouldn't want to come back to. Like, it doesn't make any sense. If we get tricked into coming back here, I don't think you'll get tricked. You'll be like, nope. How will they trick you? I mean, if they couldn't trick you into having children, how are they going to trick you into coming back? It seems like everyone is having children, right? Like, I haven't met a lot of people who don't want to have children or who don't have children. In fact, I'm actually lying. I haven't met anyone who doesn't want to have children, so I'm actually lying. Each and every person that I know who doesn't have children wants to have children. And most of the people that I know have children. And most of the people that I know have children. Growing up, I wanted to have children, but I think there was something that wanted me to realize that having children wasn't a good idea. I wanted to have children, but I think there was something that was trying to tell me that having children was not a good idea. I remember when I was 9, my mom took me to a clinic. I was sick. Took me to a clinic. I remember telling the nurses that maybe I feel sick because I only have one ball. I had one ball when I was young. I knew it was weird, but I got 2 balls now. But when I was young, I only had one. I don't know. I don't know why I only had one ball, but I only had one ball. I didn't really think it was a big deal, but I knew it was weird. I knew that I was supposed to have 2 balls. So yeah, my mom told the nurses that, oh, maybe it's because he has one ball. And then the nurses decided to check if I really do have one ball, and I had one ball. When we were on our way home, I could see that my mom was sad, bruh. I could see. asked her why she was sad, and she told me she wasn't sad. You know, children are smarter than, you know, the parents think they are. I could see she's lying. Like, Mom, why are you sad? I kept on asking her, and she told me that she thinks that I won't be able to have kids because I only have one ball. And I felt really sad. I felt really sad. Not because I wanted to have children, but because I didn't want to see her sad. So I felt sad. You know, I decided to feel sad as well. When we got home, she told my dad, and my dad was like, I don't think he has one ball. I think he has two. When he was born, they told us that he was gonna have, like when he was like really young, they told us that he does have two balls, but the other ball just, I don't know, it sometimes it has a mind of its own. So he decided to go and check. He called me and he's like, oh, let me see if he really got one ball, and I had two. Oh, I forgot to tell you this. My mom prayed when we were on our way home. She prayed. She actually did pray. So when my dad checked, I had two balls. I thought that was weird. So she prayed, and now I got two balls. And I always had one ball. Like, it was weird. So after she prayed, I had two balls. And I've had two balls ever since. Like, my ball never went anywhere. Like, it was always there since the time when my dad checked if I really have one ball. I thought it was weird. It was like, damn. So it means prayer does work. But I think what might have happened is that because the nurses were touching me everywhere, they probably did touch my ball and it went back to its place. It would just move around. So it went back to its place, and then when we got home, and then, you know, my dad checked, I had two because of that, you know. But I always had two. It's just that the other ball, just because I kind of like remember having two, but it's like it will just disappear and reappear. But I don't really I kind of feel like I had two, but I don't really remember having two. Let me put it that way. So yeah. Since that day, I wanted to, I've always wanted to have children, but I really wanted to have children because it was a big deal to my mom. Because I realized how sad she was when she thought that it was possible that I wouldn't be able to have children. So I grew up wanting to have children to make her happy. But when I was growing up, there was a lot of things that I wanted that my parents couldn't afford, and I always had this feeling of, is it right for parents to have children if they can't afford some of the things that they want? Because when I was young, when I wanted something, I really wanted it. Like, if I said I want something, I didn't want a lot of things. But if I said I wanted something, I really wanted it. I remember I visited my cousin's house when I was maybe when I was like 8. They had a piano. I used to play the piano every single day, and I loved it. When it was my time to go back home, I cried because I wanted the piano. My cousin's parents didn't, but they gave me the piano. When I got home, I told my parents I don't want a piano, and they couldn't afford a piano. That made me feel really sad. Like, they're supposed to afford it because I wanted, I really wanted a piano. I wanted to learn how to play a piano. But yeah, I would have this feeling, something is wrong, because parents are supposed to afford the things that their children want. I felt like that. But I still wanted to have children because I wanted to make my parents happy. It felt like a big deal. But in 2018, I realized that I didn't want to have children, and I never had any doubt in my mind since then. I knew beyond any reasonable doubt that I didn't want to have children. I knew beyond any doubt. it's something that I know 100%. You know, it's not like sometimes I wake up in the morning and be like, ish, yeah, you know, I don't know, maybe, you know, having, you know, one kid will be fine. No, like I really do not want to have children, and I really think having children is a bad idea. I think something wanted to tell me that having children was a bad idea, you know, when I was growing up. I remember when I was depressed in 2018, when I like realized that I don't want to have children, I started to heal. That's why I made a video where I was talking about how antinatalism saved my life. I was very depressed, like very, very depressed. A lot of people think they've been depressed, but if you've never felt the way that I was feeling, you've never been depressed. Because I used to think I've been depressed before, you know, but what I felt was not depression. You know, I felt depression in 2018. Like that was something else. That was something else. You might think you've been depressed, but I'm telling you, what I felt in 2018, damn, it was something else. But after realizing that I don't want to have children, I started to heal. I started to heal. See, what happened is that after I became depressed, I felt like I was becoming more and more depressed each and every single day. I felt like I was becoming more and more and more depressed. This is crazy. But then after realizing that I don't want to have children, I started to become less depressed. It took me 2 years to heal. It took me 2 years for me to be like, hey, I'm alright now. I'm good. Because it felt like there was something heavy here. Something like really heavy and hot. Like I don't what I'm saying is actually funny, but it felt like it was something heavy and it was hot. And it was there the whole time. That's how I would describe the feeling to my mom. It was like there was something heavy and it was there the whole time. I'd lost weight. I became very, very thin. People thought I was sick. I remember people used to tell me that, oh yeah, it's because you're a vegan. That's why you're losing weight. Look at you. But it was because I was depressed. I was not even eating. Bro. I was not even sleeping. I wouldn't fall asleep. I would just close my eyes, but I wouldn't fall asleep. I would just close my eyes but be conscious the whole time. Sometimes I would just fall asleep for like 2 to 5 minutes and then wake up because I'm having a nightmare. What I went through in 2018 is something else. I didn't think it was possible to actually come back from that. I didn't think it was possible to heal. But after realizing that I don't want to have children, I started to heal. Whatever was here became less heavy. You know, every single day, I could see that it was becoming lighter. So I was like, this makes sense. So it was like something wanted to tell me that having children isn't a good idea. Like something wanted me to know that beyond any reasonable doubt. Because I could have made that mistake. And I think it would have been hard for me to realize that it was a bad idea. Like it wouldn't have been easy for me to admit to myself that it would have been easy for me to admit to myself that it was a bad idea if I had children. That's why I respect people who have children but who still say it's a bad idea. Not because they hate their children, but because they realize that this place sucks. It's like they graduated. That's how I put it. It's like graduating. It's like you're so damn conscious that you don't love this anymore. Like there were things that you used to love doing when you were young, but you don't want to do these things anymore because you grew. So that's kind of like the same thing. It's like you outgrew a lot of things, so you don't think that this is worth it anymore because you've outgrown a lot of things. So you don't want to bring someone else to like experience this. So it actually does make sense to believe that actually means it's your last incarnation. I know that there are people who don't believe we have souls. And the reason why they don't believe we have souls is because of because of religion, actually. Because we know that a lot of religious teachings don't make sense. So, of course, it doesn't make sense to believe that we have souls. But I think us being conscious tells us something. Being self-aware, knowing that you are alive. Like when you're dreaming, you know that you're conscious. So, to me, a soul is a sense of being. Just knowing that you exist. Because when you are dreaming, even if you are dreaming that you are another person, your sense of being isn't lost. Like you still know that you're conscious. You still kind of know what you are. You might not have like some of your memories, but you still know what you are. Like you're still somehow connected to your essence. So that's your sense of being. To me is your soul. And I think even after you've like departed from this realm, you still maintain your sense of being. You still know that you're conscious. And I think the more you are attached to this realm, the easier it will be for you to find yourself in a place similar to this. So to me, reincarnation isn't you coming back to this world, like this world, but it's you coming back to a world like this. Or let me say going to a world like this. Like you're going to a new world, but that's like this. So some of the things that happen in this world will be the things that happen in the world that you go to because you were too attached to these things. The same way that when you dream, you'd find yourself in a new world, but there will be some things that happen in this world that will happen in your dreams. Especially things that you are too attached to. You dream about the people that you're attached to. You'd have experiences that you want to have. Dream about the things that you're afraid of, things that you give your energy to. That's why I've been telling y'all that you should detach yourself. Don't give your energy to this realm. Like when you have negative experiences, don't give your energy to the universe when it gives you negative experiences. If you find yourself suffering, that doesn't mean that you must like think about your suffering and allow yourself to suffer more by thinking about your suffering and taking your like giving your energy to whatever is causing you suffering. You have to detach yourself and just realize that, you know, in this realm things really do happen. Like, you live in a really messed up realm. So yeah, man, it will keep on throwing stuff at you, but you don't have to take any of it seriously. You just have to focus on what you want to focus on. But people having children is I think is their way of like saying, hey, this realm is good. I believe in this realm. I believe that things can change and become better. So they decide to like procreate. Let's think about it. Why would anyone procreate? I know that there are people who have children who regret having children, but they don't regret having children because they think having children is wrong. They just regret that they had children with the person that they had children with, or just regret that they didn't have children, the kind of children that they wanted. But they still would have children if they had to do it over again. But if you've realized that, no, man, no, there's no way that I'm having children, I think you have graduated. I think you've grown. Because that will mean that you believe in something better. People believe that the world will get better. Like, no, it doesn't get better. The world has always been like this, right? It doesn't get better. It will always be like this. You might think that us having technology actually means that the world is gotten better. No, it doesn't mean that at all. The world becoming better would actually be people connecting more, understanding one another more, loving one another more, and working with being able to work with one another. That would be the world becoming better. They can invent technology that allows us to teleport. That wouldn't mean that things are better. Nope. Where are you gonna go? If we don't learn to love ourselves, I mean, it's not like we're learning to love ourselves and love others. But yeah, if we don't learn to love ourselves and love others, learn to connect more with ourselves and others, even if we do invent a technology that allows us to teleport, there will be nowhere to go. Where would you want to go? I know people who don't know who to talk to. Like, you understand that there are millions of people on social media, but people still feel alone. Like, they don't know who to talk to. They don't know who to text. There's millions of people on social media. So how would you know where to go if we had technology that allowed us to teleport? We suck at relationships. So that's a sign that something isn't right. We've always been like this. We've never known how to truly connect, how to love one another, how to understand one another. Keep on telling your guys that love is understanding. It's me understanding another person. It's not me figuring out what to gain from another person, from being in a relationship with another person. If people love you when there's something to gain, so of course relationships won't work. How are relationships going to work if I know that, if we know that we can only be loved when we have something to offer, when we're worth we're only loved when we're worth it. If you lose everything, no one is going to love you, no one is going to be there for you, no one is going to be willing to help you, no one is going to be willing to make you happy, no one is going to believe that you are worthy of their love. We all know that deep down. Even the people who are loved by many people know that. You see, like if you are a very attractive person and you feel like a lot of people love you, let's say you're a very attractive man and a lot of women love you, at some point you'd feel like, why do they love me? What's so special about me? Oh shit, I'm 6'5". That is why they love me. If I was 5'5", they wouldn't love me, because there are guys who are like 5'1" and they're not getting the love. You see, and they're good people. I'm an asshole. So it's because I'm 6'5". That's why they love me. So if I'm loved because of that, and there are guys who are not loved because they are not as tall as me, what is love? Because I'm not loved because I'm a good person. I'm not loved because I need love. I'm not loved because I love them back. I'm loved because I'm 6'5". A guy that's rich knows deep down that they're not really loved. Like if a lot of women are all over you because you got money, you know deep down that it isn't love. You're still being secure even if you like have a lot of money, especially if you want to be loved, if you want to be loved for who you are as a person. I mean, if it's you, it's just about having women and having women throw themselves at you and getting all the sex that you need, cool. But if you want to truly be loved, you know that no, something isn't right. You're not really loved. So deep down, people know that they're not really loved. So we can't really connect the way that we really need to connect. So the world will never become better. And it's not just about like dating, just relationships in general. We haven't figured out how to truly connect with one another, how to truly understand one another. We just want to survive. We're just trying to get as much as we can get from other people and survive. People will want to be close to you when they know that there is something that they can gain from you. But if there's nothing that they can gain from you, they won't want to be close to you. See, so you feel alone. So can you imagine you hit rock bottom and no one is there for you, and then you fight alone, and then things change in your life. Things get better for you, but no one was there for you when you were at the bottom. Do you think that if when things start changing in your life, you'll be like, okay, the people who are in my life, because people will want to be in your life, things change. Would you think that these people want to be in your life, because they love you, or because of what you have? and you know that they want to be in your life because of what you have, so you won't really really want to connect with them like that, because you know that it's not real connection. It's like everyone is alone, everyone is alone. If you want people to be in your life, you have to um, make it worth it. So I think a lot of people know that deep down, even if they lie to themselves. But I think it's obvious. So the world is not becoming better. Because we still have not learned to really connect with one another, and I don't think we can. I don't think we were meant to truly connect with one another. I don't think we were meant to truly understand one another. Ever tried to make someone understand you and they still didn't understand? Like, you express yourself as honestly as you can, and you knew that you were being honest, you were being real, and they still did not understand you. Ever tried that and it didn't work, and you realize that some people are not supposed to understand you? Like, it's not supposed to be possible for some people to actually understand you. Like, we're supposed to, keep on fighting with one another. Because if we don't understand one another, of course we're going to keep on fighting. Of course we're going to keep on gossiping about one another. Of course we're going to keep on hating one another, because there's no understanding. You're going to think, hey, I'm right. I'm right. I'm a good person. I'm on the right path. Other people are on the wrong path. That's why they do things that I don't agree with. God wants me to be this way. God wants every human being to be this way. Those who are not like me are on the wrong path, and they must be like me, you see. Your ego is going to make you believe that. Your ego is going to make you believe that people who are not like you are wrong. Especially when it comes to things that don't really matter. Things like religion, for an example. Someone doesn't believe in your religion, but they're a good person. You can say they're a good person, but they just don't believe in your religion. But you convince yourself that if they don't believe in your religion, it means that they're on a wrong path. Someone doesn't listen to the kind of music that you love. Remember today when I was on TikTok, I came across a video of this other pastor saying that people who listen to rap and R&B are possessed by demonic spirits. You see, we can never connect with one another if we judge people for things that don't even matter. What the kind of music that they prefer, the kind of shoes that they wear, the kind of language that they use. Someone sounds like a rapper when they speak. Oh, that means you got demons. That's why you sound like a rapper. Rappers are bad, Like, what? Oh, you sound like a Jamaican. Oh, no, those ones are bad. They smoke a lot of weed. You see, there's no way that we can connect with one like that. And I think social media is exposing us because we're judging a lot. We're judging other people a lot on social media for stupid things, really. Like, every time you go online, everyone is judging everyone. So that's a sign that things are not working. That's a sign that the world is not getting better. So we can invent all kinds of technologies, but still the quality of life will never improve. And that is the problem. So if you've made a decision to not have children because you feel like this does not make sense, I don't see how you'd reincarnate back here. I don't see how you you get tricked into coming back here. And that's why I keep on telling you that you must just keep on working on detaching yourself, so that you would never even want to come back here. You'd never feel like, hey man, there's something that I still want to experience. You just know that you don't want to come back. You just know that this is not right for you. This is not right for someone who is operating at your level of consciousness. Because I think that's what it has to do with. It has to do with people's level of consciousness. You can become so conscious that you are able to see through everything. You're able to see through the illusion. And you're no longer enjoying the illusion. You see? Remember what I told you? I told you all that people enjoy their delusion. But you can reach a point where you just don't anymore. You just see things as they really are. When I was growing up, I used to watch WWE. I don't watch WWE anymore. I find it very boring. Like I can't even watch one match. Right? Like I can't even watch one match. I used to love battle rap. I used to watch like my favorite battle rap league was King of the Dot. It's a Canadian battle rap league. I knew all the battles, man. But now I'm no longer a fan. I can't watch I can't even watch like the whole, like even if they release the dopest rap battle, I can't watch all of it. You outgrow things. There are movies that I used to love watching, but I can't watch this kind of movies anymore. There's this movie that I was trying to watch yesterday. I was like, you know what? I want to watch a movie. What can I watch? What's the most popular movie that I can watch? And I saw this movie, Hitman something. I'll try to watch it. It's a new movie. I knew that, like, if I watched that movie like 5-6 years ago, I would have loved it. But I didn't love the movie. I thought I knew I knew exactly how the story was gonna end. This is the thing, like, you watch the first 20 minutes of a movie and you just predict how the whole story is going to end. Like, there's no surprise. I think this is the reason why I love mind-bending movies, because I want to be surprised. I don't want to know how the story I don't want to know how this story is going to end. I want to be surprised. I want to be like, whoa. I want to watch a movie and not know who the villain is, and be surprised in the end. I guess I think this is the only thing that I kind of like about life. It's like, not necessarily like about life, but I think my brain because I'm a very curious person, so what keeps me interested, what keeps me from totally detaching myself, is the curiosity. Like, okay, what's really going on, right? What's really going on? Because even when I'm watching this kind of movies, this mind-bending movies, what keeps me interested is curiosity. What's really going on? I was watching Dark Matter. It's a new series. It's actually brilliant. It's actually like a brilliant TV series. You should watch it. It's mind-bending. Uh, I loved it, not because it's like that good, but it keeps you guessing. So I think that's kind of like the only thing that keeps my brain stimulated about, like, when it comes to life itself. It's just curiosity. Like, hey, what's really up? Because something is definitely going on, but what's really going on? But that doesn't mean that I love this, but I just think it's stimulating my brain, just being curious. But I think I'm figuring a lot of things out. It took so many years for me to start to see through the veil. Like, things are starting to become clear now. Things are starting to make sense now. I'm starting to understand why things happen the way that they happen in my life and in life in general. Like, things are starting to make sense. So I know that this is not the kind of reality that I would want to, experience again. And I don't think it's the kind of reality that I wanted to experience in the first place. And I think not having children is the ultimate sign that I don't want to experience this again. It's the ultimate sign that I've graduated. I know new ages believe that Earth is a school, so that's why I'm using the word, graduate. But no, it's not a school. It's a trap. It's a trap, but there's a way out. I think humans. Let me say, let me even say humans, but we have, like, we are more powerful than we think we are, and we are limited as humans. That's why we don't have power here, but we're more powerful than we think we are, and we do have the power to kind of like set ourselves free. And there are a lot of things that are being done to keep us in this realm. There are a lot of things that are being done to keep us ignorant, to keep us wanting this. You see? That is why it's not easy for us to get the things that we want. Remember what I told you about getting the things that you want? I told you all that it was hard to get the things that you want because the universe doesn't really want you to have the things that you want, because if you had the things that you want, what else could it give you? You see? Can you imagine if you had everything that you wanted? There will be nothing that the universe will use to keep you interested, because it already gave you everything. Like, if you want to keep a girl interested, you kind of have to be mysterious somehow. She can't know everything. It's funny, but it's true. It's how it works. So it's kind of like the universe. It's like, hey, the universe is like, hey, I can't give you everything, because if I gave you everything, you'd lose interest. So it wants you to still feel like there is something to look forward to. Like, hey, I've never had money in my life. If I had money, of course my life would be better. But there are people who have money who are saying, hey, it's still the same. It's still lonely, It's lonely on top. It's still the same, I've spent my whole life trying to like make a lot of money. Now I have a lot of money, but it's still the same. I mean, I wouldn't want to be poor, because now I'm used to the way that I'm living, but still, it's still the same. So you must also be trying to become more conscious, so that you realize that the real problem isn't that you don't have the things that you want. Like, that's not the real problem. Even if you had everything that you wanted, you get bored. You get bored. There are things that you wanted, man. Don't lie to yourself. There are things that you wanted, and you thought that this, if you had these things, your life would be better and you'll be happy. And you do have these things, but you kind of feel the same. Of course, you don't want to lose these things because you are attached to these things now. But still, you still feel the same. Some people now lie to themselves that they believe that happiness is an inside job. You have to try to like work on how you feel, try to appreciate the little. Like no, it doesn't work that way. Like you've just graduated. That's the thing. You've seen through everything. You've seen through the illusion. So there's nothing that the universe is going to like give you that's gonna make you feel the way that you thought you'd feel. That's the problem. So I think people should spend their lives trying to grow. I've been working on growing for a couple of years now, and I am becoming more and more conscious each and every day. The more I make videos, the more I become conscious. It's not like I know what I'm going to say before making these videos. I just press record. Like today, I didn't even think of what I was going to say. I didn't even think of what I was going to say. I knew I was going to talk about reincarnation, but I didn't like have any idea what I was really going to be saying. But there are a lot of things that I've said that are true that I can also apply in my own life, Lots of lessons that I can learn from like what I've said. So it's some. There are things that we know, but that we don't know that we know because we're not in touch with our true selves. We're not willing to go that deep. So when I make these videos, I go that deep. So that's how I'm able to come up with the things that I say. And I realize that, these things that I'm saying are actually true. So I think that's what people, who are already conscious, who don't want to like find themselves having this experience again, need to focus on. You need to focus on your own growth. You need to become so damn conscious that there's no way to pull you back to this. Like beyond any doubt in your mind that you don't really want to like re-experience this. There's nothing to miss. Because I can see the universe does try to keep us away from the things that we want. If the universe wanted us to have the things that we want, we would be having things that we want without even working hard. But sometimes the universe makes it impossible for people to have the things that they want. You'd see that these people are trying and they're doing the right things, but they're still not having what they want. And you see that no, the universe doesn't want to give them what they want for a reason. And it's not a good reason. It's not because if they had what they want, they'll make bad decisions. But no, the universe is keeping the things that they want away from them because it doesn't want them to have these things. Because if they had these things, the world realize that they still feel the same. I keep on giving you all this example. Agent Smith told Morpheus in the first Matrix movie that the first Matrix was perfect, but the human mind was too primitive to accept it. It was just too perfect. The human mind was like, nah, no way, no way it can be this perfect. even if the world was perfect, we still wouldn't feel the way that we want to feel. Like, would feel like something is wrong actually, because we're used to the drama. It's like a woman that's broken, that's in love with guys that are toxic. If she dates a guy that's not toxic, she's gonna feel like something is wrong. She's not used to that. She wants something toxic. So we don't really want peace. We might think, hey, I want peace. I want things to like everything to just work out. I want everyone to be happy. But that's not what human beings want. Human beings want problems, all right? Their minds are too primitive. They want problems. So even if the universe gave us everything that we wanted, we'll find a way to cause problems. We'll find a way to start wars again, to make this a horrible experience again, because that's what we know. That's what we've been programmed to want. You see? That's why I'm telling y'all that this is not a good realm. People keep on lying to themselves, convincing themselves it's a good realm. It's not a good realm. Why do we have wars? Do you think that if we wanted to make this world better, we wouldn't have made it better? With the kind of technology that we have, don't you think we would have made life better for everyone if really that's what it was about? It's not like it's impossible. It's the easiest thing to do. If each and every person in this world wanted life to be better for themselves and everyone else, we will make it better easily. But that's not what people want. You might say, oh, it's the people who are in power. But if you found yourself having power, you'd still be like them. If you had done the things that they had to do to even get to be where they are, you would be like them. You exactly like them. You wouldn't care about other people, because to even get to the top, you shouldn't. So some people have realized that they want better. They want something better, and they want something better for their children if they were going to have children. To me, that's graduating. You just realize that, no, man, there isn't much that I think my children are going to experience. If I brought them here, it would just be the same things that I've experienced. They'll just be experiencing the same things in a different time. Maybe they'll be having better technology, but still it will be the same thing. Because if technology was helping us, no one would be lonely. But you must realize that now people are lonelier than ever. But I don't think people are lonelier than ever. I think people have always been lonely. It's just that now we are seeing that. Like, now we are seeing the truth. Technology is allowing us to see the truth. Technology is allowing us to see what other people are thinking. You wouldn't know what Benedictine is thinking if we didn't have technology. You wouldn't know what a lot of people think if we didn't have TikTok. People are expressing themselves on TikTok. People are expressing themselves on YouTube, on Facebook. You see? On Threads. People be expressing themselves, so you know what they think. So you realize that, no, actually, people have never really felt that good. It's just that it was taboo back then to express yourself, but now it's easy for people to express themselves online. You see, it's much harder to just express yourself in front of people, but to do this, to do what I'm doing, is much easier. And you don't even have to show your face. Sometimes you just have to go on Threads and just type something, you're good. Twitter, type something, you're good. Facebook, type something, you're good. Sometimes you just record an audio, upload it online, you're good. People are gonna, listen to the audio, So it makes it easy for people to truly express themselves. So we see what people are really, going through, how people really think. Back then it wasn't. So it seems like people are lonelier now, but I think people have always been lonely. And social media doesn't make people less lonely. It makes them feel more lonely, because they think that some people are doing better than them, because some people are fake. They lie about their relationships. That happens a lot. they lie about, or the kind of money that they're making. That happens a lot. So some people feel like their life sucks, but really, I don't think there's that many people who are really like doing that good. I think people have problems. I think the universe find ways to, make everyone suffer. I think that's how it works. That's how the matrix works. So if you don't want to have children, that might be a sign that this is your last incarnation. Thank you all, guys.